Praise the Lord. Being at home. Being at home and book titles. Before we get to mine, let's look at this living room. Isn't it pretty? Big old living room. And there's the bedroom. And I got the couch. And I got these windows over here that need to be better organized. Furniture. I need more furniture, certainly. And just Nathan's at home. He's free at home and just being the best he can be. Believing in his dreams and believing in this book title. How about still number one and leading the nation? How about that? Because I want to be number one on New York Times. I have a dream of being number one New York Times bestselling author and then being Mariah Carey and the Beatles and Whitney Houston, except not even number one on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Mariah Carey was, like Britney Spears, number one New York Times best-selling author. But for Mariah Carey, I don't think Britney Spears done this yet, but Mariah Carey did. When you have the number one song on the Billboard Hot 100, but then you have the number two song, can't even be number one because you're already number one. She did that with We Belong Together and Shake It Off. A few other people have been able to do that, but that's awesome. And I have a dream of doing that with number one and number two on the New York Times best-selling book list. That would be, it's a dream. You got to believe in something before it can happen. And I've already been believing in that for over a year, and I'm telling you about it now. And look at this couch. This couch and this wall. It really is basically the same color, but I'm very happy to have this couch. It's a good couch. It's from my friend Dave. Dave is doing better after his car wreck when he went back to California. I think to go be with the man of his dreams and believing in that like nothing else. It's a beautiful thing. We don't know for sure if Dave was walking anymore with that car wreck, but he survived it. And he was like, pray for me, Nate. And that's great. I am. Where I believe I'm not the only one that is. So it's great. We're praying for Dave. It's great that Dave gave me this couch. And I just want to say, so it's still number one and leading the nation. What do you think about that for a book title? On my, heroic journey surviving 725 days being homeless, crossing this nation 6 times without a home. And then surviving homelessness all now for a third time. Because Rita Kay, my mother, you said be the best in 94 the last time. I never forgotten. She wasn't the best 10 years later when she made me homeless. And then Tom Acosta, her competitive divorce companion in life, had to end up making me homeless in 2016 and being awful after that. Stealing money for their town Rennell. For that mural supposed to honor U.S. veterans of the Vietnam War. Sleeping with a 7-year-old boy. Going to hell for that. There ain't never... It's going to happen. It's going to happen. God's going to have to dissolve hell before that happens. And I don't think God's got any plans on dissolving hell. So I wanted to tell you also in this video, I love my book title. I love showing you my private space, like MTV Cribs, and want to be number one and number two on New York Times bestseller list. And then it's helping Kroger deal with Kroger and King Soopers, the same company. It's King Soopers used to be the name of the grocery store chain, and then Kroger bought it, and then it went to shit because it did. It just did. There was a guy who worked at King Soopers when it was King Soopers, the corporation, before Kroger bought it. When I worked in Lodo, lower downtown, before I went homeless. I'm trying to say here is it took 11 weeks for me to get hired and on to start work as stock cans at night at Kroger, causing a cash flow shortage issue, which led to me being homeless for 725 days after everything else. I was already working at a pizza restaurant right across the street. Needed more hours. There was a future there. Could have, at the short term though, I needed more hours. There was a possibility I could have, things were going to happen where I could do better at that pizza restaurant, but it ended up where I worked in King Soopers, cash flow issue, was homeless, and the pizza restaurant closed. King Soopers, though, Kroger is the big Ma Bell corporation of the world's largest grocer, and it took them 11 weeks to hire me, and they've just been, King Soopers in general has been, Kroger, you let us down. You let America down, you let Country Store down, and you're still being awful. But you should just be better, Kroger. You should. You should be better. You invented the self-checkouts. We don't like it. And now you got your security officers dealing with me all the time. And I'm paying for my stuff. I stole food from Whole Foods downtown, but I haven't stole food from King Soopers and Kroger. I've very carefully been thinking about where to steal pizza from while homeless. And now I'm not even homeless, and I'm stealing food anymore. How about that? But I want to say, I might upload this video down there at the Kroger parking lot, because you got your free Wi-Fi, and it's just the highest cost ever for you in Kroger. It's just like, you got your free Wi-Fi, and that means countries starting to go down there and be like, Kroger is awful, you got to be the best. You got to help resolve time of cost. I want more from Kroger than having to be a former employee there, a survivor of working at Kroger, or trying not to go homeless twice, because I certainly did work at Kroger in West Virginia. I've worked at two of your stores, King Soopers and Kroger, and you ain't being the best. You're also your HR manager down here at Lodo was from Evan. She's a U.S. veteran. And she believed in Nathan starting that job eventually, but Kroger, you got to do better. You got to do better, because you got to start caring about the atomic bomb. It's time of cost, so you couldn't keep Kroger at Blue Well, West Virginia open. And Dish is struggling to hold on, never being number one up at their Majestic Place, right beside the former store. I left, and this is when Nathan Acosta leaves, Kroger ain't the best anymore, and neither was Dish. It's never been number one again, and it's just, I don't mean to high-flute myself, but there's other people that was the best that Dish let go, and Kroger, you just end up, you need to start being the best again, if you can. You really do, Kroger, you do. Still number one lead the nation. It might be a book title. We're going to have to be dealing with Kroger. Kroger, why don't you start dealing with the best, start being the best as fast as you can. It'd be great if you could just make a complete recovery before the book comes out. How about that?